Manchester United have spent the last few transfer windows chasing one type of player. Premier League proven. Players who already understand the pace, the pressure, the physicality, no expensive gamble, no lengthy adaptation period, just players who can walk straight into the starting 11. But then, Manchester United announced a signing that almost nobody saw coming: Andre Santos, a player Chelsea once believed could become one of the best midfielders in Europe. Now he's heading to Old Trafford. And if that wasn't surprising enough, United aren't stopping there. They're now closing in on another midfielder, this time one of the Premier League's most reliable performers, Youri Tielemans. A medical is reportedly next. At first glance, these two transfers don't seem connected. One is a 22-year-old Brazilian with enormous potential. The other is a seasoned Premier League veteran approaching his 30s. Different ages, different careers, different profiles. Yet together, they reveal something much bigger. Manchester United's transfer strategy has changed. For years, United were criticized for buying big names instead of building balanced squads. Sometimes it worked, often it didn't. This summer feels different. After confirming the signing of Andre Santos from Chelsea on a long-term deal, United have immediately turned their attention to strengthening the midfield even further. Santos wasn't available because Chelsea didn't rate him. In fact, he impressed whenever he was given opportunities. The problem was competition. Chelsea's midfield is packed with talent, making regular starts difficult. Manchester United saw an opportunity. Chelsea saw a chance to cash in. Both clubs got what they wanted. But then came the real surprise: Youri Tielemans. Very few supporters expected his name to suddenly appear at the top of United's shortlist. For weeks, the focus had been on Atalanta midfielder Ederson. Everything seemed to be moving toward that deal. Then, concerns during the medical process forced United to rethink their plans. Instead of panicking, they pivoted. Fast, United reportedly activated Tielemans' release clause, moving quickly before rival clubs could react. And suddenly, a deal that nobody was discussing became one of the biggest stories of the transfer window. It's easy to understand why many fans were shocked. Tielemans doesn't fit the profile people expected. He's 29, he's not a flashy social media signing, he's unlikely to generate millions of shirt sales overnight. But football matches aren't won on social media, they're won in midfield. And few midfielders understand the Premier League better than Tielemans. Nearly 250 Premier League appearances, years of experience with Leicester City, an outstanding spell at Aston Villa, countless big game performances. He's seen almost every situation English football can throw at him. That experience matters, especially for a Manchester United squad returning to Champions League football. The schedule will be relentless. League matches, European nights, domestic cups. Rotation won't be a luxury, it'll be a necessity. Santos brings youth, energy, ball-winning ability, the confidence to carry possession through midfield. Tielemans offers something different: control, vision, passing range, leadership. Together, they could give United something they've lacked for several seasons: balance. Perhaps the biggest story here: Manchester United aren't simply collecting talented players anymore. They're building complementary profiles. One player for the future, one player ready to perform immediately. One brings long-term upside, the other brings instant reliability. That's smart squad building. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Some supporters believe United should continue investing only in younger players with resale value. Others question spending significant money on a player approaching 30. Those concerns are understandable. Modern football often prioritizes potential over experience, but sometimes experience wins trophies. Sometimes knowing exactly how to control a Premier League match is worth far more than another exciting prospect. And that's likely how United see Tielemans. Meanwhile, Santos arrives with something equally valuable: hunger. He's entering arguably the biggest opportunity of his career: a fresh start, a new manager, a chance to prove Chelsea made the wrong decision by letting him leave. Those stories often produce the most motivated footballers. If both transfers are completed as expected, Manchester United's midfield could look very different this season. More technical, more composed, more experienced, and perhaps far more difficult to play against. Whether these moves deliver silverware remains to be seen. Transfers are always judged on the pitch, not on announcement day. But one thing is already clear: Manchester United's recruitment team is thinking differently. Instead of chasing headlines, They're chasing solutions. And that may be the biggest surprise of all, because while everyone expected another blockbuster signing, United quietly built a midfield with a blend of Premier League experience and emerging talent. And if Santos fulfills his potential and Tielemans brings the consistency he's shown for years, Manchester United may have pulled off one of the smartest transfer windows in recent memory.